Good morning. Today we are going to see the chapter that is combined stresses. And in this combined stresses, we are interested with axial stress and bending stress. Already axial stress, that is axially loaded column, we have gone through it. And so today we will be with combination with bending. Individual we have seen, axial we have seen in axial stresses, and bending we have seen in bending stresses. And now we will combine these two in this video. So in combined stresses, we have the combination of, you can see over here, axial and flexural loading stresses. Loadings. Stresses due to axial forces are uniform. This is most important. We have same over the cross section, while flexural stresses very linearly with elastic limit over the section with no stress. So you can see this. Zero stress at neutral axis, maximum at extreme fibers. And then we have to combine this. However, both these stresses are normal to the cross section. Hence, this combination of axial and flexure loading is simplest to understand because both are normal to the cross section. Resultant stresses over the cross section can be obtained by algebraic addition. Algebraic means due to axial load, we may have tension or compression, but we are about columns, and therefore we have axial compression, and flexure we have compression and tension. So if it is compression, then we will add in axial stresses. If it is tension, then we have to subtract it. And therefore, it is clearly mentioned algebraic addition, or I can say algebraic sum. So any of these two. Then stresses corresponding to axial loading and flexure can be summarized as follows. The direct stress is due to axial loading. We are with columns, and in column generally we have always uh, compression. So P by E. And bending stress is due to bending moment, we have M by I into Y, that is plus minus. Then you can see this. Let us, we will consider a column, and you can see in this column we have three loads. We have P axial load, then we have Mx, moment about x axis, and moment about y axis. Now, if we will see first due to load P, we are going to be uniform stresses. You can see, and we have this stress that is equal to P by A. So that value we have same everywhere. Then we have due to x. So now we have bending about x-axis. So you can see your stresses are in this fashion. Now if we have eccentricity top, then we are going to be accordingly. So you can see you are going to get bending stresses along this span. So these are the bending stresses. Then we have about y-axis. So about y-axis, now you can see about y-axis, we have these bending stresses. So moment is about x-axis, then we have bending stress is about x. And if about y, then we have about y. Now, when the applied load does not pass through the centroid of cross section, it is called the eccentric loading. So if it is at center, then we have axial loaded, and if it is not at center and should not pass through centroid, then we are going to say it will be at some eccentricity from the centroid. So eccentricity is defined as the perpendicular distance from centroid of cross section to the line of action of force. Eccentricity may be zero or only with respect to x-axis, or only with respect to y-axis, or with respect to both x and y-axis, as illustrated in figure. So last figure we have seen, and in figures we will see that figures which we are in the coming slides. So now you can have this. So we have this as axial load. Then we can have this will be eccentricity about x-axis, and we will get bending moment about x-axis. Now we have on this side load is towards A and B. So on A and B, bending stress will be compression, and D and C, we have bending stress will be tension. So on this side. So due to this, we have all over we have compression. For all these, we have compression. Then we can have next diagram where we have eccentricity about y-axis. Now in this, we have compression of compression. And on this side, we have tension. So on which side of axis you have load, on that side you have compression. So now on right of y axis we have this load, so on b and on c we are going to be compressive stresses, and we have a and d we have tensile stresses. In this, on this side of x axis we have load, so we have a compression, we have b compression, and then c and d we have tension. We may have eccentricity along both axes, so we have mx as well as we have my. So we have these four diagrams which will clearly shows you the axial load, eccentricity about x axis, eccentricity about y axis, and eccentricity about both x and y axis. Now we will see the stresses. Just I have shown you. So now we will go with first. So I already mentioned this. We have eccentricity 0 when we have column that is at centroid, and therefore in this we have on all corners we have compression stresses, and formula we have simply, we have sigma is equal to p by a. So we have this will be sigma a b c d, p by a equal to p by b d, and we have c only. So we have this distance as d, so this is distance d, and we have this distance as b. So now we have stresses corners at A, B, C, D, refer figure. So we have now due to P, now you have two loads. One will be act at P, and second you have that is moment about X axis. This is equivalent load. And we are going to get due to P, that is compression stresses on all sides. So we have due to P compression. So all are in compression. And due to this moment, we are going to be, so I will change the color so that you can understand it. We are going to be, load is on this side. So we have due to M. So we have this will be M. And due to M, we are going to be compression here, we have compression here, we have tension here, and we have tension here. Now we are going to see this. Now we have bending about x axis, so we are going to be I as db cube by 12, because parallel to x axis we have this distance as d, and this becomes b. So db cube by 12, and same are mentioned over here. Ixx db cube by 12, sigma d p by a p by b d, sigma b m by I into y, and that is yb by 2, and we will get it as sigma a equal to sigma b. That is, I already mentioned at A you can see both are compression, at B also you have both are compression, and therefore A equal to B, and we are going to add it. And if we will go to C and D, again we have same, but we have minus sign over there. That is when we have about x axis. Now about y axis. Now in the same way we will go. So for first load, so we are going to be, I will mention for load. So we have again, we have this will be P, and then we have moment about this, we have My. Then due to P, we have compression for all. So we have compression, and here also we have compression. And now if we will go to due to moment, and we are going to get due to moment. So load is on right side. So we have due to moment, compression over here, compression over here, tension over here, tension over here. So B and C same, A and D same, and same are mentioned over here. Now we have this as D, so we have BD cube by 12 now. So this is B, so we have BD cube by 12, and then we have sigma d p by a p by bd, and m by I into y, we will get 6 p y upon bd square. So I already mentioned bc we have same, and ad we have same. So likewise we have this will be about x, about y, and now if we will go about both, and that I will mention with different colors, and you try to understand this, and then you can have very easy to solve problems related with this. First we will go with axially loaded P. So I will first mention we have P, and due to P, we have compression on all sides. So we have compression, we have compression. Now I will go with Mx. So now I will use red color for Mx. So due to Mx, so we have Ex we have on this side. So we have due to Mx, we have this compression, we have this tension, we have this tension. And then third due to My, if I will take another color and then you can see this due to My, we have load on right side. So we have this will be compression, this will be compression, this will be tension, and this will be tension. So we have blue, axial, TMX, red color, and green color we are going to be, or blue color another one we are going to be, that is due to My. And then you can see this. So I will directly go with this. So you can have these values already we have seen. So sigma A, now sigma A you can see due to P we have sigma D compression, due to now red due to Mx we have positive, and due to My we have negative tensile. So that is mentioned over here. So we have these values. Then go sigma B, we have all compressions. So we have all plus. Now sigma C, you can have due to P, we have compression. So you can see this. Then due to M, we have tension. Mx, so minus. Due to My, we have compression, so plus. And then sigma D now, due to axial, we have plus. Due to Mx, we have minus. And due to My also, we have minus. And we have to find stresses at different points by using this formula. So we will stop here only. So remaining part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.